Thank you very much for that warm introduction. Thank you. I'm really happy to be here. Um, I'm happy in general, actually. I'm happy that it did not rain today. I've really had enough of the rain. It has been a wet June, um, and not even hot and wet, which kind of sexy, I suppose. It's just been cold, wet, and clammy, which is just not ideal in any situation. Whether it be weather or handshake. Um, I'm a lot like a cat. So if it's raining, I won't leave my apartment. I just stay inside and alternate between napping and eating and glaring out the window. I don't like getting wet, and I don't have an umbrella. I have had umbrellas in the past. I have given up on them as a device. To me, they are ready for extinction. They're right up there with like those early. They remind me of those early flying contraptions, where people would just try to like ride a bicycle covered in popsicle sticks with closet doors as wings off a cliff, and just, of course, it immediately implodes, collapses in on itself, and just as an epic failure. That is kind of what the umbrella is to me, because they're useful for about 2 seconds. For about 2 seconds, you're just like, this is great. I'm dry. This was a good idea. And then the wind catches it. And all of a sudden, you're hanging onto the legs of a large bird that is violently trying to fly away from you. You know? You know what I mean? And it's so frustrating to deal with it. It just becomes such a struggle. I'm swearing at it like a single parent with 4 kids in a Walmart. I'm just like, that's enough, okay? No, do you want to go home? Because all right, someone's gonna lose an eye. I mean it. I feel the same frustration that I imagine Alice in Wonderland felt with the flamingos as croquet rackets. I want to cry. I bought a umbrella from the dollar store, and wow. Next time I'm thinking of doing that, I will just spend the dollar on some tissue paper and pipe cleaner, and I might have a bit more success creating something durable. Because it literally, the whole thing went down like this. I paid my dollar, took my umbrella, walked outside, and garbage. Just one fell swoop. It was the dance of the dollar store piece of shit. And throwing a broken umbrella in the garbage is no easy feat either. It's kind of like, I would imagine, flushing a box of coat hangers down a toilet. Just all this wire that is not going to go down a hole. It's not going to go in no garbage this way. God forbid it's a garbage with a flap door like that. It's not, That's why you see them just sort of like lining sidewalks and left in bus shelters, because they're useless. Of course, if there's any umbrellas up for bid tonight, I encourage you to, yeah, they're probably fine. I mentioned earlier being a lot like a cat, which is true. I've grown up with cats my whole life, like multiple cats. I have crazy cat ladyism in my lineage. When you grow up in a house with a lot of cats, it's a lot like growing up in a haunted house. Because at any given moment, you can guarantee that there are at least one pair of eyes watching you, and they can see in the dark. And you never really know when they're going to grab you or jump out at you, and which doesn't freak me out. It really doesn't. What does freak me out, however, is when cats do that thing where they suddenly just stop whatever it is they're doing and stare, wide-eyed, frozen, fixated at something you can't see or hear. My cat did that to me the other day, except then she starts to follow whatever it is with her eyes right over to where it is I'm sitting, and she's kind of looking from me to it, from me to it, from me back to it with increasing concern, which was a little terrifying. I spend way too much time with my cats. Their behavior is starting to wear off on me to the point where I feel like even other people view me as more cat than human. For example, just the other day, I was standing there washing my face with my own hand and spit. Joking. I was in line at the theater, and this woman standing behind me reaches out and pats my head. Like, literally just for no reason reaches out and strokes the back of my head. And it's kind of like, aw. Which I thought was an odd thing to do. For one human to do to another when you don't know each other, but not necessarily an odd thing to do if you were to see a cat. I mean, If I was to see a adorable ginger cat sitting in lineup at the Parkland Mall, I'd probably reach down and pet it too. But with the human, a little different. But I did get a good vibe from her, so I just sort of turned around and smiled, and which she was lucky, because in any other circumstance, anybody else, and could have been one of these. So, before I forget, I want to make sure I take the opportunity to thank Colin for inviting me to participate in this evening. Like I said, I really am happy to be here. I love Eureka Love. I just think she is hostess with the mostest. I typed that into my computer this morning doing up my routine, and it changed mostest to moistest. I would not say you are the hostess with the moistest. Despite all that makeup and hair and padding and clothing, you appear to stay remarkably dry. So you're like a walking antiperspirant ad. Yeah, it's my first auction. I've never been to an auction before, ever. I remember hearing about silent auctions as a kid, and I visualized it being like a regular auction, but with no talking at all. Just a whole lot of like hand gestures and telepathy. And with like a mime serving as auctioneer, like. I had no idea how to behave as an audience member at an auction. I don't know if there was an etiquette involved. I feel like I'd be like that person on Price is Right that just keeps taking the highest bid and adding $1. Like $50, $50. Okay, $50, $51. All right, $51, $51. We hear 70, 75, 75, 75, $76. $76. Okay, do we have 100, 100, 100, $101? Or I'd be like raising my hand, but not to bid. Like, okay, 200. No, sorry. I just have a question actually. Those beauty products, are they hypoallergenic? Can you check? Because I like them, but I'm very sensitive. So like I rash. So they're not. Okay, sorry. So sorry. Okay, so I'm not gonna bid. I take that back. Yeah, I'm not gonna bid. Next time, you guys should still bid, but sorry. Oh man. That's not a bid either. That was a stretch. Let's sit on my hands. It's funny that I've never been to an auction, because I really do enjoy buying things. Purchasing items is one of my favorite things to do. I'm really irresponsible with money. I'm pretty impulsive. I used to spend a lot of time on Kijiji. Even when I didn't need anything, I would just go on to Kijiji to see what there was that I might want to purchase, knowing that it's there and available for purchase. Just random things like record players and pinball machines. Some things are not ideal, though, to buy off Kijiji, I realized. I was in the market when I first moved back to the city for a couch, but I don't want to buy a couch that I haven't had the opportunity to sit on. But then the idea of going out to some stranger's place and entering their living room to like sit on their couch and test it out, that just seems weird and awkward to me, like along the lines of a blind date. I picture it being like, ding dong. Oh, hi, I'm Megan. I'm here about the sofa. Is it here? Oh, yes, yeah, come on in. Yeah, don't even worry about your shoes. It's just right through here is the living room, and that's it right there. So you can just go ahead and have a seat. Yeah, lay down if you want. Just make. Actually, I'm just going to leave you two alone for a minute, and so you can just make yourself comfortable. I'll just be in the other rooms if you have any questions, or do you want something to drink? No, okay. Yeah, just let me know. And I'm the type of person where I would feel the need to like be really polite no matter what. Just yeah, well, it's great. What's that fabric? Is that burlap? That's burlap. Okay. And I see it duels as kind of scratching post, which is great because I have cats. So, and that is a cat piece. Okay, well, don't worry. I'm sure a little baking soda. Anyway, I've got your number, so I will definitely be in touch. And thank you so much for your time. And I'd be like, talking with my friends about it after and just being like, well, first of all, what a disaster. I mean, it looked nothing like its picture. I don't know, they must have got some stock photo from catalog. They clearly lied about its age. I mean, there's no way that thing's only 2 years old. And I mean, really out of shape, just so squishy in the middle. And non-smoking household, please. That thing has seen a cigarette or two, but it did pull out. At the end of the evening, it pulled out. So I guess that's kind of a plus. But I don't know. I think I'm going to keep looking. There's certain things you can tell even just from a write-up. I've come to realize. If the description says perfect for student or cottage, it means it is a piece of junk that is perfect for the dump at this point. Super comfy means the springs are shot, it has no support, it's probably so squishy you are bound to lose small animals and children down the cushions. If it says barely used, probably it's sitting in their basement or their garage. And if they're really insistent that you come pick it up, guarantee it weighs as much as a grand piano with a dead body inside. Sometimes I get a real kick out of Kijiji, just the things people post. Sometimes it's just even a typo. The other day I saw an ad for a slower cooker, which I would assume is for when a slow cooker just isn't slow enough. When you want to put meat and veggies into a pot and leave town for a long weekend and come back and surprise yourself with a stew you forgot you ever even started, that is when you need a slower cooker. As far as a slow west cooker, well, if you don't need to buy one of those, we all have it. It's the Sun. Folks, that's my time. Thank you so much. I just want to say, continue bidding high, bid high, tip your spar staff, give it up for Eureka Love. Thank you.